We are spiritual beings having a human experience. We are members of a global family, each one playing a particular part and working together for the advancement of all. Join me, Jean Walters, on an amazing journey that will deepen and expand your awareness and your growth in knowing the truth. And together, we will live in the light.
Hi, Jean.
Hey, hi, Pam. How are you?
I'm great, and you?
I am good. And it's interesting that you said you're great because that's gratitude.
Which just happens to be the subject of today's podcast,
Yes.
which is the power of gratitude.
Yes.
Gratitude has power.
It has so much power. It definitely does. So if we think of everything as energy, and we think of gratitude and just feel the energy of gratitude, can you tell me a couple words that you would describe gratitude as a feeling?
Gratitude, it touches my heart
It does.
and makes me smile,
Yes, yes.
and I'm grateful.
Yeah, you're grateful because you're grateful, right?
Yes.
And so that's what the power of gratitude really is because when we think about, I'm grateful for the park that's near me. I'm grateful that I get to get outside every day. I'm grateful that I have good food to eat. I'm grateful that I live in a country as messed up as it can be at times. It is still the most profound place to live. I'm grateful for so many things, and all that does is keep a smile on my face, and it keeps me walking in wonder and just feeling happy. So that's the power of gratitude. But if we look at the opposite of gratitude is not being grateful. It's just feeling like nothing's right. It's not the way it's supposed to be, yada, yada, okay? And so when we think of the feelings that go with that, they're very closed down. They're very tight. They're very low energy feelings. And so that's what we're choosing all the time when we're considering the idea of being grateful. Now, people will say, oh, well, I have nothing to be grateful for. And wait a minute. And are you healthy? Or in what way are you healthy? Or do you have a family? There's so many things. Do you have a home? Do you know that there are people all around the world that don't even have a home? And I've been to places all over the world, and they live in these tiny little huts. And even then they're happy. Even then they're grateful for their family. And so I counter with this idea that if you're not feeling grateful for something, then you're missing the boat in some way because it could get worse. And if you looked at people that are worse off than you would find yourself feeling gratitude very easily for just living in this beautiful world that we live in. It's flowers and trees and all kinds of natural beauty. And everywhere you go, there are people that you can befriend or just smile at. And then what happens in your body is that this energy goes to your heart for sure, but it also expands. And so we can live in this. If you think about yourself as this tiny little body, and then imagine that there's this big bubble that goes all the way around you, and then feel your body just expanding. And it's not really your body even, it's your energy that's expanding, but it expands when you're in gratitude. So here's a little exercise that anyone can do. You open your wallet, and so let's see what's in there. Maybe there's a few coins, and maybe there's some dollar bills, but whatever is in that wallet, be grateful. Be grateful. I have $10 in here and 50 cents. Okay, I am so grateful for my wealth today of $10.50. And then as you're grateful for that, that begins to expand. So maybe then you'll get a call and someone will say, oh, I need your services for this or that. And you go, okay, great. And so now you've just expanded your $10.50. So whatever you're grateful for expands. Gratitude expands where you place it. So if you want more money, give a dollar away to somebody and notice and just be grateful that you can do that you have the ability to do that, and that begins to expand your wealth right there. And so again, whatever you're grateful for, that will expand. Now, it's well known that Oprah Winfrey had a gratitude journal when she still has it for that matter. And every night when she goes to bed, she writes down at least 5 things that she's grateful for. And so to me, this can be very simple things or they can be more profound things, but write down every night before you go to bed things that you're grateful for. And guess what will happen? I mean, first of all, you'll have better dreams. Your dreams will reflect that expansion and that growth. And then beyond that, you'll notice there's opportunities that show up. Opportunities show up when we're grateful. So I know a gal that owns a flower shop, and she said, I'm always grateful for my customers, so grateful. And she said, I get new customers all the time, every day. So she has a little operation. It's not like like a big factory or something, but she pours out a lot of flowers on a daily basis, and it's always, always growing because she's always grateful for everything that comes to her. And so we can live that way, and when we do, we're happy. That's just sort of the secret to happiness, is to be grateful. When you see a little baby, when you see them, their eyes are in wonderment. And wonderment is sort of the sister to gratitude. They look around like, whoa, this is pretty cool stuff. I don't know what this is, but it's pretty cool. And they're just smiling and grinning and giggling because that energy of just love and joy and gratitude is just bubbling through them. So if we could learn to go back to that and live in that place of joy and gratitude, I mean, everything's possible and available. Who do you want to spend time with? Do you want to spend time with, whiny, Jose, or do you want to spend time with happy Susie? Who do you want to spend time with? Who enriches you? And it's the person that can look at life and go, oh, this is a wonderful meal. I'm so grateful. And so that's what gratitude is. There is power in gratitude because it will expand whatever it is that you feel grateful for. It's that simple. Does it have to be complex? Maybe you've been trained to think that it has to be complex, but it really doesn't have to be complex. It's a law. That which you're grateful for expands. It's a universal law. Whatever you're grateful for expands. So to me, it's like I want to be grateful for everything. Yeah, my health, my home, And even if something wonky goes on at home, guess what? There are people who will come and fix it. And I'm grateful for that too. So it goes on and on.
Well, I tell you what, I had an interesting experience recently where I had a couple of credit card numbers that were
Sabotage,
yes, abducted, and was in touch with my bank, and they got on it right away. And I told them this happened twice, and I told each person I spoke with, I said, I am so grateful that you guys are on top of this. It didn't cost me any money. It cost me a few minutes, and I was a little verklempt for a while. But overall, it was, verklempt for a while. But overall,
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
But see, we are amazed because it's just technology and how it keeps ahead of us. It keeps. I've had the same kind of thing happening, and I've just been in awe of like wham bam, it's just taken care of like that. So how beautiful is that? So we could convince about that, or we can go, you know what? Like you said, didn't cost me anything. Somebody on the other end was wonderful. I love that.
Yep. And they got to have a job.
Yes. And you're grateful for that too, right?
Yes. And then I got my new credit card numbers, and life goes on.
Yeah, life goes on. Yeah, life goes on. And you're no worse for the wear.
Right. Exactly. Well, I just have another thing to talk about when I complain to my girlfriend. So
but we can talk about that from the point of victim, or we can talk about it from the point of like the beauty of how quickly it came together and resolved, And I think that notice people and notice where they come from with that, because a lot of people love the victim end of it, and I kind of really love the idea of like, well, who was there to help you? And how did that work out? And
Is gratitude a natural thing? Are we born?
I think, well, babies are born with a state of wonder and just enjoy. It's very natural. I mean, they can look at a box or a twig and just find 2 hours of just playing with it, and find it just completely fascinating. So I think that we have that in us, and I'd love to see if people could just keep working with that and expanding that, But that is sister to gratitude, because wonder, gratitude, appreciation, all of those things are just the same expansive energy. So if we cultivate it, one thing I used to always ask my family is, tell me one thing that was great today. Mm-hmm. And if you don't know, then make it up. Because it's okay with me if you make it up, because even then they have to come up with something in their mind, to say good. But they never had to make it up, because there's always so many good things. But I think that would be a wonderful way to start a family meal. Just tell me something wonderful that happened today.
Well, I liked when we first started this conversation, the way you just kind of ticked off a little list of all the different, I'm grateful for the park, I'm grateful for the trees and the flowers. Yeah. And is that just something, do we make a written list or a mental list, or what do we do?
Well, I think Oprah Winfrey was onto something good when she said before she goes to bed, she writes out 5 things that she's grateful for. I think that's so smart, because first of all, you're programming your mind before you go to sleep to have a high energy. But yes, I think in the beginning, if it's hard, if it's something you weren't trained with, then make a list every day. But don't keep doing the same ones. I mean, my home, my wealth, even the $10.50 is wealth. And my park nearby, that's good for today, but tomorrow come up with some new ones, because every day, and my health, the fact that I got a new credit card, all of these things are things that just showed up today. And then as we do that, we're training our mind to see all the beautiful things that keep showing up in our life. If we live in America and we aren't grateful, then I think that there's something absolutely wrong. Because even though we have all kinds of challenges in this country, it is still the most dynamic country there is. And I've been all around the world, and I can say that this is the place you can speak out against somebody, the government, and they're not going to come take you away. I mean, there's not that many places you can do that. So we live in a fabulous place, and yeah, we can straighten up some things, but that's our job. That's what we're here to do. But in the meantime, be grateful.
Is there a way that we should express gratitude? Do you say it out loud? Do you think it? Do you say it in prayer? Do you say it in meditation? I mean, what is there
all the above? Okay. But I mean, as I drive around, I give thanks all day long. I mean, if you give thanks 500 times, that's great. Just do it. If you give thanks 5 times, great. Just do it. But keep expanding it. I think that as I drive around, I'm so grateful for, going to grocery stores, and they have all this stuff there. I can try new things every week if I want to, and it's just possible because of where I live. And so I think gratitude is something you do all day long. But you do it with yourself. You don't have to tell anyone. I mean, it'll come out automatically, because you become that person that's grateful, and you have now indoctrinated it into your system. But I think just be grateful, because it's between you and spirit. And you're saying to spirit all the time, I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful. And your world expands, 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 expands.
And then do you draw things to you then that continue to make you feel good?
Yeah,
or
absolutely.
Okay.
So the thing that's really important to know is that whatever's on the inside is on the outside. So if you have gratitude on the inside, if you're feeling gratitude, then it will show up in your life. You will magnetize so many wonderful things to you. Like I said, if I'm grateful for my $10.50, then I will magnetize other opportunities to have more than $10.50. I'll magnetize a new class or a new book or a new client, or I'll just keep magnetizing more and more to me because I'm so grateful for all the things that I have now. And that's true for every single person. So I hear people do, when they don't have money, they kvetch and carry on about not having money. And I really hate to hear it, because I know that what they're doing is creating less money, less money, less money, less money. Wow. And they're also creating less opportunity, because they're so focused on not having that. So that's what they create, is not having. And so whatever on the inside is on the outside. And that's true of at all times, every single minute of your life. If you want it on the outside, you have to have it on the inside. So you have to be grateful on the inside for whatever it is you want on the outside.
Is being grateful, having gratitude, is that an outflow of energy? Mm-hmm. And if it is, does it cause a deficit?
No, it never will. Because energy is constantly pouring into you. If you can imagine like the stream of energy coming into the top of your head, and it moves all the way down your body through your toes and then comes back around. It keeps coming in. Now, the amount of energy that flows in is up to you. So if you're in gratitude, the energy is more. There's more energy that comes in. It's expanded. If you're in what I'm going to call lack, like I don't have this and I don't have that and I'm just an unlucky person. If we're working from that angle, then energy will continue to come in, but it won't be the vibrant, exciting energy that you want to have to really have a joyful life. So we are in control, because we are constantly programming what we're feeling, what we're thinking, and then as we do that, as we express that, the same keeps coming back around through us. So it's like it's a law of circulation, actually. That's why I like the idea of giving away whatever it is you want. Like if you want praise and acknowledgement, then you start acknowledging everybody. And then that will come back around to you. You'll notice that you get acknowledged. Now, a lot of people want to be acknowledged, but they don't acknowledge other people. It's like they're like, I'm not going to say anything nice about that person. Well, guess what? That's what's controlling your world then. So if you want money, give it away. Give $5 here and $10 there. Just start circulating, because through the law of circulation, more will come back. Whatever you give out is what comes back to you. But do it with joy. Because then you might have money come in, but it's like, well, I'm going to pay you, but I really don't want to pay you. Well, then that's because you haven't been putting joy with your giving.
If you do the gift with strings.
Yeah, or obligation.
Yeah. So, I want more money, mm-hmm. and I give you $1, mm-hmm. but I know I'm going to get tenfold back, mm-hmm. or whatever the relationship is.
That's a hard way to do it.
That's
a hard way to do it.
Is that the right way to do it?
No. You can do it that way and you will get money back, but it might be $1 back, because there's no sense of enjoyment or appreciation or love that goes out with that dollar. So, when I make a practice of it, I am inundated with charities that want my money, and I'm sure everybody is. But I choose, I love some of the charities. I just love the idea of the Heifer Foundation, where they actually help people start making their own money. Like they help them buy a cow or a goat or something, or chickens or something, and that converts to eggs and milk. And I love that idea of helping people become more self-reliant. So that's one of the. But I giving money to that because I love helping people become self-reliant. So that's the right way to give, because whatever you give to, make it from love. If you just, I'm going to give money to my kid, but I really don't want to give money to, then don't do it. Don't do it until you can change the way you look at it. It has to come from a place of joy and love that, sometimes we overgive, and then that's not helpful either. That's not helping the other person. So I'm careful. I want to do it in a way that prospers everybody, mm-hmm.
So do we make gratitude a habit? Is that how it works?
Well, it can be, but we don't want it to be mindless. We want to, sometimes habits are just mindless. Every morning I get up, I drink coffee. Okay, that's a mindless habit. But when we're giving, we need to make it very mindful, where we're actually giving with the right idea of joy and love. Because if we want this circulation to happen in its fullest, most expansive way, and certainly we can give mindlessly too, but why not do it in a way that prospers everyone? That's what I want to do. Is I want everyone to prosper to whatever degree they're willing. Mm-hmm. And as I'm enunciating willing, because not all people are willing to be prospered.
They're not.
Yes, some people really enjoy victimhood. And we all know somebody like that loves, being the victim. Like, he did that to me, and she did that to me, and I'm the victim, and I'm helpless, and I'm hopeless, and blah. Okay, blah blah blah. And so that's one of our wonderful lessons to learn: is, are we going to partake with that? Are we going to be part of that? Are we going to indulge ourselves in that, or are we just going to go, oh, that's their story, and they're going to stay with it, and okay. I'm going to go on and create a different kind of story. Mm-hmm.
So besides giving gratitude, is it?
It's being gratitude.
It's being. Okay. Because I was going to ask, do we need to receive gratitude?
That's part of the deal. It's part of the deal. Yes, be gratitude. Live it, be it all the time. But when someone says, oh, you look nice today, say thank you. Not like, oh, this whole thing. No, that's part of the deal. We give it, and then we allow ourselves to receive it too. So I don't care if somebody gives you a shirt that's too small or too big or too orange or whatever. You say thank you so much, because I acknowledge your gift. Mm-hmm. And of course I'm going to give that to someone else, but I'm appreciating that you thought to give me this.
You could say to me, oh, I like your shirt, Pam, and I would say, oh, this old thing.
Which is what you were taught, right?
Yes.
And so I'm just encouraging you to recognize you were taught that, and it's erroneous. And we toss it.
And we say thank you.
Yes, we say thank you, even if you think this is an old shirt that's got a funny tear in it and all that. We say thank you anyway, because this part of the deal is the law of circulation. Somebody went out of their way to give you something.
Yes.
So, for heaven's sakes, what does it take to say thank you?
Right.
Even if it's a compliment, you don't think your hair looks that great today, but they say, hey, you look really cute and your hair looks nice. Thank you.
So, I suspect you are a person who does live in gratitude.
I do.
And so what benefit is that for you?
I think it keeps me in high energy. And when I say that, I mean just find high energy of joy. Somebody told me, and so I'm going to pass this on. It's probably going to sound anti-humble or something, but or tooting my horn. But the thing is, they said somebody can walk past you and feel good. Somebody can just be around you for a minute and it lifts their energy. And I thought, isn't that wonderful? I just think that is so wonderful. But I think I have to give myself credit that I've conditioned myself that way too. Because, I don't know that I started out that way, but I worked to live in gratitude is one thing, but then you're exuding it. And so when people walk by, they can feel it. And isn't that a nice thing? I think that's wonderful.
It is. And they're drawn to you, and they...
Yeah.
That's that magnetism again.
And I get lots of hugs. And that's a nice thing.
Mm-hmm. Very nice thing. Yeah. So how did you learn to live in gratitude? And how can others...
It was my mother. Because when I was really young, I decided I was going to be the opposite of her. And I know that sounds horrible. Probably it does. I don't know. But she was very miserable. So I decided I was going to be the opposite of her. So whatever she did, I did the opposite. So if she said up, I said down. Yeah. And so basically I studied her. And I would do whatever if she was commiserating about something, then I would find something good about it. And it was, some of it was kind of funny, laughable, but the roof is leaking. Oh my gosh. And I'd say, but Mom, now you can hire someone to fix it. Now you know that it's leaking. So it was, think of it from a child's perspective, but I'm sure it was almost like harassment. But because it would be like, here's this person that's chirping all these positive things at you while you're trying to feel miserable,
You're trying to wallow and she won't let you.
No, I won't let her wallow, Yeah, and so that was just a credo so no matter what you say, Pam, anybody says, I can find something good about it, because I trained myself from way back then to find something good about everything.
And it's not too late for those who maybe haven't done that?
Nope, it's never too late. If we have one more day to live, then do it fully.
And even if we only have today, can we do it today?
Yeah, do it today, do it right now. No, have fun with it too, because as I said, even though it was probably harassing to my mom, it was kind of fun to me because I was always fighting something. It's creative, really think about it, it's creative. Oh, you're sick today. Oh, maybe it's good to have a day off, now you can lay on the couch. That's good.
Yeah, catch up on your Price is Right.
Yeah, there you go. Read that book you've been wanting to read.
So if we take this path to live in gratitude,
you could be an Oprah Winfrey.
Well, I don't know. I want to be Oprah. I think I'd rather be Pam than
Well, you can be Pam's version of Oprah Winfrey.
Oh, okay.
You can be the billionaire. I mean, I'm just teasing now, but.
But once we get on this path, will we inspire others to emulate us?
If they're ready to be inspired, it's always their choice.
Darn choices again.
Yeah, always choices. My mom never did really actually, come along with me. But she did tell me later in life that she really respected me and appreciated me. So how about that?
You did good.
That was really good. And it wasn't about, in the beginning it was about me changing my mom so I could live in the world that I wanted to live in. But later it was not about my mom at all. It was just about me being me and accepting her as her.
So we can't really change others, can we?
No, we can't. But we can be an influence, and we can be an icon to them, and we can stand out as someone that maybe they want to aspire to be. But I think the bottom line is you do it for you. You do it for you because you're the beneficiary, and whoever else wants to hop on with that with you, great. But it's really for you in the long run.
And that's okay to do it for yourself?
It's 100% okay. You are the project you came in to deal with. You are always the project. And anything else that comes off of you to other people is bonus. But we came in to change ourselves, to be the best we can be. And I think a lot of people don't understand that, but we are the project.
Interesting.
And that's a good thing. It's a good thing because it's doable. That makes it doable.
And then do we become ascended masters after we do it all?
Maybe. I don't know. I'll tell you if I get there. I'm not really concerned about that, to tell you the truth, because I think we want to enjoy the journey. We want to enjoy it,
It's the journey, not the destination.
Yes, that's right. We in our world, in Americans are good. I mean, they're very aggressive people. They want to get things done and make things happen and all that, and that's great. But they make it too much about the journey and not enough about what they're learning on the journey. And I think that every day is such an opportunity.
Take advantage of it.
Yeah, take advantage of it. Enjoy. I mean, later we're going to look back, and I just think we're going to laugh our heads off. Do you remember when that, and we did that? Like, oh my God, that was so crazy. But wouldn't that be great to just go back and just laugh and go, what a crazy journey that was.
Indeed. Well, Jean, for people that want to learn more about the power of gratitude, for living in gratitude, what kinds of resources can you offer for them?
Well, I do. I have 6 books on Amazon, and I have an author page on Amazon that all of my books are about practical application of the principles that I teach, and that includes gratitude. And definitely Set Yourself Free, Live the Life You Were Meant to Live has a whole chapter on gratitude, And really it's mentioned in some of the books, probably most of them, because I think it's a foundation principle for us to really learn how to do that, how to live in gratitude. And also then you can always reach me if you get stuck and you're not sure how to proceed from here, how to make this a positive experience, then contact me. My website is spiritualtransformation.com. And it's got all my information on there. I also have podcasts that you can get little snippets of things that might pick you up for the day. And get on my email list, and I'll be sending you blogs and podcasts and things that will help you get through each day. Great. So I'd be happy to do that.
Jean Walters, thank you so much. Always good talking to you.
Thank you, Pam. It's been a delight.
You've been listening to Jean Walters' Live in the Light podcast. Jean's passion is helping people live in the light. A longtime student and teacher of metaphysics, Jean aims to supply you with the tools you need to help you see the light that's within you. Jean Walters is a personal growth consultant, teacher, and lecturer. She offers dream interpretation services and Akashic record readings. Jean is also an international best-selling author of a growing library of enlightening books. Great reading for seekers and those who want to understand universal law, intuition, and develop deep understanding and personal awareness. Jean's website is spiritualtransformation.com. She offers 2 YouTube channels, at Jean M. Walters and at Jean Walters 7221. Contact Jean's office by phone at 314-566-5231. 314-566-5231. Her email address is jean@spiritualtransformation.com. Thanks for joining us for Jean Walters' Live in the Light podcast.